Ready packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions. We'll get away. This is what we waited for.
Hello! I'm a hot mess today. Let's see. It was a crazy day. Mike, happy birthday! Hey, Lori. Hey, Steve. Hey, John. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Denise. Robin, Jason, Herb. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Fun, fun, fun. All day today, thought it was Wednesday. So I'm totally off on my days. It's a little crazy. And we've had a lot going on behind the scenes at the Midnight Scroller. I'm gonna put my hair up. So tonight what we're gonna do is we are going to scroll saw one of my favorite patterns. I scroll saw this every Easter. It's just, I love his eyes in this, and I am going to take time on his eyes because the eyes are the total focal point of this portrait. And they have this like shine in them inside the wood. It's definitely one of my favorite portraits to do. And I had kind of started a thing where I'm sawing it like on Easter. So I'm only wearing, Steve says you forgot to change out of your uniform again. I am not wearing my scrub pants because they're super expensive. And I'm not wearing my top or my coat. I'm just wearing my t-shirt. But yes, I didn't change out of my t-shirt. But I didn't realize what time it was, and I took my pants off really quick and ran over here. And I didn't have time to change my shirt. So yes, I am wearing my work shirt. Balanced Body. There's a little plug for them. Hey, Jake. Hey, JJ. So we're going to scroll this tonight. We're probably not going to finish this tonight. It's a super fragile piece. So it takes a little longer to saw. But we are going to start it. And like I said, I'm going to take some time tonight on the eyes. Because that's like the main focal point of this piece. But it is one of my favorites. And so I know that I've been kind of crazy. I have a little announcement to make, which I think people have kind of found it a little bit. Been trying to do it on the down low, but we have to kind of start picking stuff up a little bit for it. And right before I got on the live, somebody had viewed the page. So I'm just going to announce what we're doing. But it's not ready yet. We haven't launched it fully yet. But it's coming really soon. So the announcement is Steve Nealon and I have teamed up together, and we are opening, as you guys know, I became an LLC for Midnight Scroll Her. So I am Midnight Scroll Her LLC woodworking artist. Okay, so this whole thing that I do scrolling is woodworking artist. It's thing. But Steve and I are teaming up together. We are opening up Midnight Scroller LLC crafts and supplies. So we are starting a craft channel with a store. It's just not up and quite ready yet. So me and Steve have partnered together with that, which is amazing. So that's going to be coming out soon. And so we'll be doing live videos on crafts and, of course, having our store. like rolled flowers and stuff like that. So that will all be on there. I'm trying to keep it a little separate from my Midnight Scroll, her woodworking artist part. So we are going to do a separate channel. I will share the lives that we do on there to my Midnight Scroller artist page, Why We Grow. And then eventually it will just be like its own page as well. How exciting. Congratulations on your latest inventor. Sounds so exciting. We are super excited, I should say. We have been working really hard trying to get everything done and products tested and so on. So we're excited. But you'll find out more later of what it's actually going to be. But we are definitely excited. Hi, Liz. Hi, Herb. Hi, Rick. Welcome, welcome. So I'm going to start. We're going to start scroll sawing my favorite Jesus pattern besides the Last Supper. And like I said, we're not going to finish this tonight just because of the size, and it's a super fragile pattern. It's actually the only pattern that I've had breakage out of. And so it's a little slower go, but I am going to change out my blade to a 3/0. I do 3/0 on the eyes always. And I use Flying Dutchman spiral blades. Usually any facial features that I do inside of a portrait, I always use a 3/0 on, and then the rest of the pattern, I'll go a bigger, and then do the rest as a 2/0 Flying Dutchman. What is the craft channel called? So it's going to be Midnight Scroll Her Crafts and Supplies. So still Midnight Scroll Her, but we have the woodworking artist side, and then we have the craft and supply side. And like I said, I will give more details later on. We are not close to what we are close, but not close enough to give you a lot of details on it. We have a lot to do still. Packaging and everything is arriving. So, but once we get it set up, I will do a live of the special announcement of us opening, and send you guys the links to the sites and the page and all of that, and then we'll have fun, go from there. So I get to bring my crafting back, which is super fun. I was a crafter way before I was a woodworker, but woodworking is my passion and my love, and so I want to make sure that I kind of keep them semi-separate, but I'm still doing woodworking with the crafts, so it's going to be more woodworking crafts than anything. So it kind of goes hand in hand. It just seemed like a perfect fit. So did you go into this because you have so much free time? Right? Like, no free time now? Well, I didn't have much before. So I don't know, Lori, I don't know if you know, I have 5 kids, and I'm a nana to 1. So I work full time, and this was definitely a hobby that has turned into like this crazy thing. And now we're adding a craft store on top of it. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but we are excited, and I'm super excited to work with Steve. So it will be a fun adventure, So I'm going to find my pilot hole. Yes, Robin, what Steve said. That is why. All right. So I taped my camera up here. So you're going to see my hand for a second. Because I kind of like this light thing going on. It's actually like working really well. So I can maneuver it where I want it, and it's not falling over. You seem like the type of person who likes to stay busy, and it will be a labor of love. And you know what? Really, it is. and it's stuff I like to do. So it's not really a job for me. I love crafting. Like I turned those pedestals and then made the bunny. I love doing that kind of stuff. So it will be good. It's just a lot to like get set up at first. So, so as you can see with this eye, for people that scroll and want to know how I do this, I'm very particular on where I start. So I am going to go inside his pupil first and then wrap around, go out here and then come back. And then I probably will come back across this line up here and come back down and then do this side. And then I will go back, do this side, and then wrap around and go up from there. That will cause less breakage for me. All right, let's get this show on the road. And maybe we're getting the show on the road. Hold on a second. I have a little piece of wood somewhere. There we go. There we go. Hey Bailey. Hey Jason. Hey Jeff. I know I missed a comment. I just don't see it. Oh, JJE. So this this is actually a ridgeback pattern. We don't talk now, but I do like this pattern. Is my light shaking too much, you guys? Do you feel like you're getting sick? Because now I see you and your leg moving a lot. Now I'm worried. You guys might be too shaky. Let me know if it's too shaky. I'm going to start sawing again. So I'm just going to go in and make sure everything's nice and sharp. Like I said, this is like the main focal point of the whole portrait. It's the first thing that you see when you look at this one. As it should be. Out of there. Nice, looks complicated. Yeah, it's a fragile pattern, so I have to be really careful. So I'm chunking it out the way I am because a lot of these pieces will just break out. So now I'm going to go over here and do this side, come back out here, and then this whole thing will be cut. And then I can go and I'm going to do the very top of this right away and then come back out and then do the outer line. This actually is a pattern that I don't normally saw live, just because of how fragile it is. So if I'm going way slow, that is why. Get that piece out of there. Make sure you guys say hi if you're on. I know you're here. So just spend some extra time kind of making sure everything looks super sharp, because got little lashes up here. After the eyeballs, it will go a lot faster. That's how we get to a stringy hair. Hey, Danny. Kind of wondering about this. I glued the pattern down with spray glue and it didn't really hold. And so I used glue stick, so it's kind of gummy. Okay, so I'm just going to do this outer edge, and then this eyeball is done. My blade is loose. It's not catching. Hey, Dennis. Oh, yep. It was really loose in there. Making sure that's glue and not wood. All right. I don't like it. Getting a new one. We'll try that now. I'm kind of a blade brat, you guys. I like my blades super sharp, and 3/0s get really dull really easily. Just because there's such a tiny, thin blade. But especially on this portrait, I will go through them. But as you can see how much better that cuts already, because my blade was already getting dull. Now if I can just find the hole. Gosh, did I make one in there? I'm second guessing myself now. I need light. Yeah, there's a hole there. We got 20 watching. Thanks, guys, for jumping on your Tuesday night. And if you will, hit the thumbs up. That helps me a lot. All right. Something is off. Man, I'm having blade issues tonight, you guys. Ooh, that is cold. All right, let me fix this guy. We got something going on. I think I had it bent in there or something. And of course, I'm doing like a thin line, so. -7. We are getting on Thursday, we're supposed to get 7 inches of snow. Or 3 to 7 anyways, but we'll see. We'll see. We haven't got hardly anything this year, so I think we've totaled like 10 inches and normally we're at like 40 inches. So I'm kind of worried for the farmers. So I'm really hoping that we do get a lot of snow just because we need the moisture. All the farmers out here. Ah. I am just struggling. Can't get that thing to grab. There we go. It's fine. If you guys are new here and you guys have questions, or if you just have questions, put them in the chat. I'll get to them eventually. I look up and read the comments when I can. Happy to answer anything that you got. Now we're starting to rog out a little bit. John, are you back in town now? Weren't you out of town this week? Maybe that was last week. Done-ish. So Shay, what will you do with that when you get it done? Will you sell it or do you have it sold? So actually I have sold every single one of these that I've made. It's not sold yet. So I might end up keeping this one if it doesn't sell, but I haven't been able to keep them. As soon as I make it, it sells. So I haven't been able to make myself one yet. But if it sells, it can sell because I can always make another one. But yes, they usually sell before, and I haven't been able to keep one of these. So either way, I'll be happy. Man alive. of town last week, but was just for the day, heading out again Thursday for an overnight in Red Earth. Ooh, that's kind of a cool. Is that like a town name? Happy International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day to you too, Danny. How much money you get out of Jesus there? So Jesus usually goes. This is like a bad conversation. This pattern usually goes for around $250, $300. Okay, so now I'm going to start on this other eye. It does have a little more detail in it. Don't want to start there. Want to go down one. Man, you guys, the struggle is real. The struggle is real today. Usually do not have this much problems. There you go. That's not bad. $250. I can barely sell a painting for $40. Yeah, it just depends on the portrait and how long cut time it is. But I back and frame all of my portraits. That's included in the price. So everything's completely finished, as far as framed and everything. But it just depends. I'm gonna change my blade, you guys. This is ridiculous. Oh, and that's why, because it's bent. Trios are not that great right now. For some reason, these blades that I got like a bad batch. Bad batch of blades. I don't think I've ever sold a portrait, though, that I've done under 150. There's just so much time, and it's all done by hand. So it just takes, like some of these cut times are like 13 hours. So if you like divide it up by an hourly wage, I mean, you wouldn't make any money if you sold them under that. She sells most of her work before I can get on the website. Yeah, I actually don't have anything on my website. It sells before I can get it up, which is kind of crazy. I would love to have stuff on my website. I think I did have one portrait I was going to have Steve put on. And I was like, you finally have one on my website. And then it sold before I even got him the info. Which is kind of funny. Come on, catch. Steve, no worries, selling my stuff on so projects. Poor John. John, you've been finishing them though. You've even done orders. So you can't say that anymore. I think you've finished more lately than you have in a long time. I am worried about this wood situation though, because I use Baltic birch, which is no longer coming in. So hopefully that won't be an issue. Unsold scroll saw projects. He's been selling them. He's been doing really good. I've actually been proud of him. John's been doing good. That's getting them done and orders out. This is not the spot I want this blade to do this on. Oh, and you guys, I posted on my Instagram and my Facebook page. I was able to get on a DIY or yeah, DIY contest, and people can vote for you, and you have a chance. And if you make all the first one ends in 16 days, and you make it to the second round. But it's a $25,000 and a chance for a page in the magazine. And I am on there, and I'm in. Last I looked, I was in 4th place. So if you guys could take a minute and go to that link and vote, that would be so awesome. Very much appreciate it. And I think it's daily voting, which I don't expect anybody to do. But even one time would be just awesome. Actually, Steve might even be able to post the link in the chat. I know Steve was on there earlier. So I'm going to finish down this brow. And wrap around it. Oh, thanks, Steve. Thanks, John. Be sure to bookmark the page and vote daily. That would be awesome. I could do a lot with that. We could have all sorts of fun stuff that we can do. It's definitely not a cheap hobby. I'm gonna turn my what thickness of Baltic birch are you using? 1/8. Teeny thin. And I shouldn't have, see, I cut this out right here, which really I should have left this piece in and went in from the center. So I'm going to go in like this, because now this piece is going to be super fragile. It's That's what I get for not paying attention when I'm doing. So there's a good chance that we're going to break this piece right here, but we're going to try it. Doesn't want to move. Okay, hold on, you guys. This is the SHET moment. Caught on camera. That's what this is. It happens though if you're not paying attention where you're cutting. That's why it's so important to like plan your cut. Ah, we did it. Woo! There's a little sweating on that one. Okay, cleaned it up a little bit. Woo! Night, Jason. Thanks, Rick. Woo! See how thin that little, where is it? Right here. That's all it's attached to. So, that was a little scary. I should have totally sawed that part first, but it's okay. I'm just a little sweaty. That was a nail biter. It sure was. And here's another reason. Hence why you always do your portrait eyes first. Because if that piece would have snapped off, I most likely would have just started all over. And instead of having more done on it, I would have only had to start over for the eyeballs instead of the whole portrait. So always do your eyes first. Always, always. Do you ever tape the pieces in the back to add strength while continuing to cut? No, not usually. I usually just plan my cuts better, like that I didn't do on that one. But I don't like tape on the back of my board because sometimes it will lift up a little bit. And then you're fighting against the tape on your board, especially if any sawdust gets underneath it, it will just peel up a little bit. And then there's a good chance that you'll get stuck on your tape and you're going to push your blade through and you're going to snap a piece off anyways. Even the slightest big piece of sawdust I can get under your portrait can wreak havoc. So I try to keep nothing on the back of my piece. I could. It really wouldn't have made that much of a difference though, because I was holding my finger there. So, I mean, finger tape, I guess. But yeah, you could tape it on the top. I guess I figure if my finger's not going to hold it, tape isn't. But either one works. It will give it a little more support. But see, like his eyes already, they're like, they glisten a little bit. I love this one. Okay, now I'm feeling better. We got that done. Hi, Nancy. Support is support. It is. However you want to do it. You just want to make sure that you're supporting the piece. The eyes look great. Thanks, Lori. They're my favorite. Favorite ones. And actually, I'm going to change my blade because this cut is his whole nose. It goes up the side of his face on that side. So it's pretty big. And we did that whole eye with this one. So I'm going to pop that guy out real quick. And that's another reason why it's important to have premium Baltic birch, because sometimes Baltic birch will have voids in it. And if you get a void in a little spot like that, you're in big trouble. So it's always good to use premium Baltic birch when you saw. And Jerry, yes, I do burn through my blades. But I would much rather have a sharp blade and get a really nice cut than to like struggle with a dull blade and like trying to have it catch and not catch and then steer me wrong. With spiral blades, I buy them by the growth, so it's not that big of a deal. glue his paper down again. I can cut 12 projects with one blade. Chase is 12 blades for one project. I'm a blade snob. I am. But it's done me well being a blade snob. I barely have any breakage. And I get really clean cuts. I don't feel like I'm spending a lot of time trying to clean up my project. Hardly ever. I would much rather use a, what are they, like $3 12 pack than to have a dull blade and ruin a piece of wood. I'm going to go across this. Get that guy out of there. Hey John, have Shay send you her used blades and you will never run out. I could totally do that. So I do use well, so the ones I'm drawing on the floor, not some other, but I do save blades. So John can have all these. But like the three, I was like, I just throw them on the floor and end up vacuuming them up in my shop vac. I don't save them. They're worthless after so long of cutting. Man, I hate this glue. Real bad spray glue. I think it's just old. Maybe I need to get new spray glue. That might be why. Hi, Connie. Well, it's clear I'm not ready to work, but I must have missed a whole conversation. I just got 12 gross and do not plan on going through them quite as fast as her, but also have an auxiliary scroll saw. Yes, I go through them way faster than I should, but Hasn't let me down. And I don't go through 2/0s as fast as I go through 3/0s. Let's just put it that way. With 2/0s, I can go through like a half of a project as long as it doesn't break. But these 3/0s are super thin, so they just go fast. Got 25 watching. Thanks, you guys. Safe travels, Connie. Hey, John. Yes, I scrolled and lathe in my house. Where it's warm and cool, depending on what temperature it is outside. I feel like more and more are spying inside their houses now, though. When I first posted about it, oh my gosh, I got so much crap from everybody. It was so funny. They were just in shock that I would spawn my house. But I feel like I'm seeing it a lot more. Hey, DW. How's your night going? So as you can see, like this is like a huge cut. It just keeps going. It's gonna wrap around up here to his eyebrow and into the crown, and it like goes crazy. It even goes into, it takes out his whole mouth, but I don't want to take out his whole mouth until I do these little pieces. So I'm just kind of taking it to where I want it, and then I'll stop and then do the little pieces around it and go from there. Is there wood burner in colors? Huh? Shay, my cat's watching, but he doesn't have thumbs, so pause from him. Ah, thanks. Watercolor pencils, awesome use with wood burning. Yes, watercolor pencils are awesome for wood burning. But no, Robin, you burn wood and it's going to be burnt. But you can color around your burn to do highlights and stuff. I think that's what you're saying. I don't want to assume. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. Lori, if you're still on, how hot is it in Arizona today? I'm just curious. What should you do with Jesus pattern? Cut acrylic and then use that to stencil for the next one. That is a good idea too. I haven't cut acrylic yet. John does it all the time. Lives are fun. I mean, for people that want to come watch it later on, it's not as fun. It's fun for the people that are watching it, though. I like hanging out with people and talking while I talk. Otherwise, I just got headphones on and jamming the music. Which I saw you guys so much faster when I'm not live, though. So if I have a project that I really need to get done, I usually won't go live on it. Just because I saw way slower live because I'm having to stop for comments. And I'm not listening to music and like getting into like a massive groove that I normally do. We have a mouth. I try to watch slides, but sometimes real life gets in the way. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, so now I'm gonna come over here. And my pattern is loose. Give me 1 sec. I gotta put my dogs away. Okay, I had to turn my sound off for a minute. We had somebody come in. My dogs were barking. Figured my saw's loud enough for you guys. You don't even hear all that too. Not catching it. Nice color, you are muted. I'm not muted anymore. Am I still muted? Am I still muted now? I muted myself on purpose because I had somebody come in and the dogs were barking, but I'm back. Can you hear me? You're good now. Yeah, I muted myself because my dogs were barking and somebody was walking in the door. So thought it'd be better to mute myself than hear a bunch of dogs barking. Guess I use present seal all the time in the kitchen. Is John on right now? John loves his press and seal. He loves it. I like contact paper. Whenever I see the word press and seal, I know John's not too far away. Never thought of using it for patterns. We'll have to give it a try. Does it work well, Connie? Yeah, there's quite a few people that use it. I know Russ Meadows, John. Okay, my blade is done. That one went a lot farther. I'm in pure denial of turning 30 soon. Oh, Danny. I want to be 30 again. I'm in pure denial that I'm not 30 anymore. I'm going to move up to a 2.0 now. Since the cuts are getting a little bit bigger. 30, I've done that 36 times already. Russ, you are not that old. Get me some glue. I turned 40 this year, and that was kind of hard for me, I think. Having a hard time with it. Just because I feel like I'm not where I want to be. By the time I was 40, like I had way bigger plans for myself. And I haven't made what I wanted to do. So now I'm panicking because now I'm like running out of time. Sorry, John, but one of the last people in the Facebook account. You don't have Facebook, Lori? Do you have any other social medias besides YouTube? Hey, Chris. You're like all continuous pieces, you guys. Ah! It's really good piece for pilot holes, though. You don't need very many of them. Glue. Good night, Herb. Oh, he's not going to sleep yet. good. We don't want you to leave yet, Herb. Reline my pattern here. I don't know if that's going to stay or not. We're going to give it a go. I'm headed out. Have to get up early to the airport. Safe travels, Connie. Thanks for coming by. Enjoy your trip. Here we go. And now, like, there's little things that I have to watch out for in this pattern now. Well, all of it, but so as I'm cutting, like right here, there's a little tiny guy right here that needs to be cut out. I want to cut him out now before I go any farther and take any of this out, because then I'm going to be cutting in like a floating piece. So now I'm going to kind of really pay attention to what like little pieces there are that should come out first. Fanny, have a good night. Thanks for coming. All right, I'm going to take a drink really quick, and I'm going to go over my sponsors really fast. So I am sponsored by Harneal Media. If you need a website, he is the guy to see. Check out harnealmedia.com or contact Steve Nealon. He is amazing. A lot of us makers have sites through them or through him, so check him out. And then I'm also sponsored by Seyco Scroll Saws. It's the scroll saw I'm using right now. They are at Seyco.com, or you can give Mike Array a call down there, and they can help you with any parts that you need for your current saw, or if you're in need of a new one. We actually they have a special going on right now. It's $50 off if you use on a scroll saw. If you use the code word Steve Good. Or you get a free gift with a $150 purchase right now through March 20th. So definitely go check out their site. They're great guys, and a really good saw. I'm also sponsored by Haitekcrafts. If you're in need of premium Baltic birch, they have awesome. That's what I'm using tonight is wood from Haitekcrafts. They are on Instagram and they are on Etsy. Hey, Cheryl. Good to see you too. We are just scrolling this Jesus out, and I think I'm going to just do probably this piece right here, and then I am gonna call it a night for tonight. And we'll continue on this on another live. It's a super delicate pattern. What is going on? Pumpkin seeds? Oh, Robin. Robin, what diet are you on now? I thought that was only for January. Are you just dieting in general? No. No junk food January. I remember that. Welcome back, Billy. All right. Oh, hold on. You get my finger for a second. Get my finger. So we got most of his face done now. We just got his hairline to do and a little bit of his beard, but all of this is cut through here. But look at those eyes. I love his eyes on this pattern. It's one of my favorites. So I'm going to call it an evening for tonight just because I work tomorrow. We had track this morning. I had to leave at 5:30 for track. So I'm a little exhausted, but I think we made some pretty good progress in an hour and 48 minutes on this one since it's so fragile. But we will get on and finish this on another live. Like I said, we just have his hair, which is going to take a little bit because these things, like his hairlines, are just attached to these little pieces. So this one just has a lot of chance of breakage. So it just has to go slower than some of our other patterns that we do. And then, of course, his chin. But it won't take that much longer to finish it. It's just going to be a little more tedious because of all the hair. So I don't really want to start doing that tonight, but we got those eyeballs and we made it through. We made it through that eyelid that I messed up and cut the wrong piece first. Thanks, Herb. Thanks, Billy. All right, you guys, have a good night, and I will see you guys on Thursday at 9 p.m. And most likely Thursday, we're just going to continue scrolling this guy. I would like to get him done on the live. Since I haven't scrolled him fully on the live before, I'm going to finish it on the live. So Thursday, we will finish scrolling him, and then Saturday, I'll burn and turn because we can stay on a little later on Saturday nights because no one works. We're going to burn and turn on Saturday then. All right, you guys have a good night. Thanks for coming.